I never thought I'd be a comic strip artist. That was not in my mind at all. I loved the comics. I had heroes, and like Charles Schultz and, Mort Walker, all of the people, all the classic cartoonists. I bought comic books, and I knew their names. I would read Stan Lee at the bottom of the comic, and I knew their names and I knew their work, but it was not something that I thought I would do. I was not into comic books as a creator. I wanted animation because I'm a physically animated person. I use my face and my hands, and everybody I know in animation is constantly moving, right? And so that was in my soul. I really wanted animation more than anything. And so when I was working at Takano West Films, I was learning how to be an animator, and I got married. What a dumb thing to do. Too young, wrong person, wrong time, but my mom wouldn't let me sleep with my boyfriend, so you get married. And as I'm walking down the aisle with my silly little bouquet and my little white suit, and he's standing up there, and we didn't even know the minister, the guy sort of came in on his day off and said, well, all right, hurry up, get this over with, kind of thing. And we had a few friends there. It was in a church, and walking down the aisle thinking, what am I doing? He wasn't a bad person. He was very funny. Very funny, and off we went to Ontario for him to look for work. This is the era where you go where the guy goes. Before we moved to Ontario, I was offered a job at J. Ward Studios, and he wouldn't let me take it because he couldn't get a job in Los Angeles as a television cameraman. And understandably, because it's something you can train to do. Whereas something I was doing, it had to come from within, right? So they would hire me because I had a specific skill, but they wouldn't hire him. And I was saying, take a job as a janitor, this is my dream job. J. Ward Studios did Super Chicken and George of the Jungle and Bullwinkle and Rocky. Oh my God, did I want that job. And yet couldn't take it because the husband couldn't get a job in Los Angeles. So we moved to Ontario, and I was actually not unhappy about that. I really wanted a change. I wanted some adventure, right? I got myself a wonderful job in Hamilton at McMaster University as a graphic artist. I couldn't get a job in animation. It was all in Toronto. I wasn't trained enough to be able to take piecework at home. So I took whatever job I could find that gave me an art position, which was at the Hamilton General Hospital. And I quickly moved from there to McMaster University. I was hired on as a graphic artist for the new medical school, and that was the best job ever. The best job ever, because I've always been interested in us as working organisms, what miracles we are. I mean, I've always been interested in medicine. Was never smart enough to get into medical school because it took math and science, and stupid me, I had just said, I'm going to be an artist, I don't need all of that, but I did. Anyways, could not get into medical school if I tried, but I was hired by a medical school, so they put me through first year medical school with all the students, and there were 20 new students. It was a new system, a new idea, a new teaching system. And so even though I didn't write the exams or do a lot of the work that they did, I could go wherever they went, take in all of the lectures, do the dissection, go into the autopsy room, do whatever was necessary for the artwork that I had to do. And I love a job where I learn constantly. Every day you're learning something new. And you'd work directly with the physicians, and they were all teaching physicians who wanted specific artwork for slide tape presentations or for lectures, and that's what I did. It was fabulous.